Welcome to the Seven Crosses series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 19th of July 2017. And in this part I want to do two things. The first thing I want to do is start putting together some private transport ownership in Stilton and Irontown. I think these, in some ways, these would be the best towns to do a pilot in, simply because one, it's close to the vehicle manufacturing plant, so I won't have to ship vehicles over the route, and plus there's kind of two examples. We've got a major city here with industry out in this direction, so we hopefully will be able to use private cars for the workers to work out here, and that also applies to the smaller town in Ironton. So that's the first thing I'd like to do. I'm not going to build it comprehensively, I just want to make a start by putting in the car dealers and maybe a few car parks, see if we can fit them into the map. Now I don't want to implement total private car ownership. I just want to put it onto the map and see how it works. And then the other thing I want to do is start work on Nuclear Town, because I think in order to expand I've got to get Nuclear Town online so that we got a lot of energy in the top half of the map up here, because I don't think I can supply power from the power stations in the lower part of the map. So to be able to build aluminium and aircraft production, and also sustain Nuclear City and all the outer islands, I feel that I need to get that nuclear power plant up and running. And of course I'd really like to get it done anyway. Now before we get started, as usual, a big thank you for your comments and feedback. You guys give me a lot to think about. Now I did get a comment from Snafu about the lag when placing buildings, and I have to admit it's a little bit annoying, but what I've done is I've been doing a little bit of testing. I went back to my Divided series and played on that for a couple of hours, and I had absolutely no lag whatsoever, and that actually had a bigger population than I've got now. I think the population on that map is about 80,000, and I had absolutely no problem whatsoever placing buildings because it didn't have water enabled, and I can't enable water in there because I don't have enough money. So I've got a feeling the lag is related to the water update. Now, I'm not going to say that it's a problem if you build a large city, because my main concern is that the actual placement lag started to appear when I started the step building of all the different infrastructure, simply because of the lag I was getting anyway in planning the buildings. So I'm wondering whether is more of a consequence of building all the water infrastructure in one go, and the fact that it still hasn't completely settled down is part of the problem. I'm hoping that this problem may solve itself in itself, but otherwise all I'm going to have to do is put up with it. But then again, it could just be a consequence of having a large economy spread out right across the map, because even prior to the water update I had a couple of hot spots where there was a lot going on, and of course now we got water infrastructure in places like Stilton. There is so much going on now, and you can imagine how many calculations the game has got to make to try and get it. But I think if I'm not building though, I mean, if I go across like this, I've still got a smooth scrolling and things like that, so I'm not getting any other real forms of lag. It's just when I'm actually placing some of the larger buildings that are water related. That was another clue. I did a couple of test places putting down technical offices and non-related buildings, and they have a little bit of lag, but not quite as much as with the bigger buildings. Anyway, I don't want to belabor that too much. Now I think the first thing we're going to do is go into here, and what we're going to do is see if we can find car dealer. We've only got the one car dealer, and of course it goes without saying that I think the high point here, because of course now we got to consider the water drains, haven't we? I think these guys is 35 meters, these are 53 meters, this is 55, so we could put the car dealer up here. So this is another new feature of having water enabled. Although I'm not exactly sure why. I suppose the car dealer is a shop, I suppose. I think we'll just put the car dealer here. I don't really want to make anything particularly elaborate. So you can see that one went in quicker. Another reason why I actually want to do it here is the fact I've got these construction offices over here that are doing absolutely nothing. Now, this one could be a little bit more interesting. We've got the sewage outfall there. I'm not too worried about the water. I think I've got a lot of water. That's 32 meters. So we'll put another. The problem is how am I going? Is fitting the actual car dealers, because my cities aren't built really for there. I mean, we could put one up here, because that would be above everything. Yeah, I think we can put. I think we'll just start with 2 car dealers. My cities aren't built really for cars. That's part of the problem. I think we could. Yeah. Actually, that one paused a little bit. I'm absolutely 90% certain that it's down to the game trying to find water connections. I'm pretty certain of that. I think if there's some infrastructure there. I mean, we've got a car dealer there. We could put another one just up here. What is that? It's got no sewage connection. We could put one there. I'm sure he will. That one's going to be higher than that one, so I think we're put another one there. So we'll put 3 car dealers in. Where it tells. Oh no, just managed to build it. And then of course the next thing we need to do is put in parking lots. But I think I'll just build the car dealers first. Hopefully this guy should pick up. You can give an assist with the road connections for the moment. You've got absolutely nothing to do. In fact, I think we'll put a 1,000 auto search on. Actually, we'll put a 2,000 auto search on this now. And then I think this guy has got a 3,000 meter auto search. So we'll just let them build that. The car parks here, and then we'll just come up to here. Probably the best place to put a car dealer would be up here, because this is by far the kind of highest point on the map. So if I can put a car dealer here. NQ. There's no. There's no. Why is there no sewage connection here? That's going to be a pain, isn't it? I mean, we've got to put a sewage connection in specifically for our guy up here. These guys don't. Right, we've got a sewage connection there, sewage connection there. So we could put a car dealer just in here. So that should be 58 meters. That's 69 meters. So if we put a car dealer just in this area here, just on this corner, I mean, he should be able to reach there. That one went in reasonably quickly. I mean, ideally I would like to put one down here, but well, it's nice to see the helicopter here, because that means he's actually delivering the chemicals here. I think we'll just go with the 1 car dealer here to be able to provide cars to this area here. In some ways that would work, because it's this area of Irontown that doesn't have I mean, if I show you, if I can find show you here, you'll see it's the kind of the top right hand corner where a lot of the apartments don't have direct links to the mines or even the prisons here. So maybe having the car dealer there and some car parks around this area will mean that we'll have some car ownership in this area. I think that will work. So we'll just get some car dealers in here. The real fun's going to be placing the parking lots, so for the owners, but we'll get round to that. So that is the car dealers. I know it's not very much, but it's a start. And then we'll come up to here. Now what I want to do here is build Nuclear Town, but I think what I've got to do first is buy an excavator here. Oops, don't want that. I have to buy it's going to buy a bulldozer and an excavator so that I can do the leveling here. Now what I want is Nuclear Town in this area. And of course this is going to be the first example of us actually planning a town where we've got to put the water supply in and consider the sewage. So let's have a look at the terrain. We've got this bit here. Kind of would like to. Now I want to put the rail station somewhere along this area, because then we'll have the town itself here. Now I haven't yet bothered to calculate the population size, because what I'm really want to think about in this part is the infrastructure. I think what we'll do is height from the center. I think we'll just push this out a little bit. Haven't done any of this for a very long time. Actual leveling. Trying to create here. Just push this out. Trying to create a little bit of a platform here. Maybe this is where we'll put the rail station. It's a long time since I've done any leveling like this. And if we hook the road, we'll just use the old road. Kind of just get, because I don't want a massively steep slope here, so let's just kind of whiz around like this. I think this is a good example where I think the lag is a little bit not as bad as it appears, because if the lag, when I've done this on my divided series, I've actually had lag when I've been leveling. Oh, actually this looks cancel that. I think what we need to do is a little bit of smoothing first. So let's just smooth out. So maybe smooth this out a little bit. I think we'll get rid of you. Just like to reduce these gradients down a little bit. We are going to be building a town here, especially on this side. If we can just smooth this out like this. I think that will be okay. So the question is, if I've got to get the rail connection into here. I think what we will do is we'll put a large rail station, say about here. Then a nice link there, because that's the point that I intended to. If we kind of come, oops, no. Then we put the rail link up through here like that, and then we're going to put a crossover in. Crossover just there. We'll just accept that. So what that means is that once all this has been built here, we can remove this back loop, and this will be the link for the train sets to take the workers into our nuclear area here. You can see we're still plodding away with this bridge. It's going to take a little while to get this actual infrastructure built. So we've got that built there. Now, the next thing is we need to check the height here, because I think we need to plan what this is. 11.42. It goes, highest point is 22, 13. So we got similar problems we had over in this town over here. Not this one. Where is it? Here, because it's very, very flat. Looks like the population is starting to turn around, actually. Yeah. I think the consequences of implementing water are slowly starting to wear off. So, my instinct is, where are we going to dump the sewage? A little bit of a high fat there. We could dump it this way. So, but let me just work out where this sewage outfall would be. If we run, if we put the freshwater purification here, and then the sewage outfall this side, we are dumping. Oh, the other thing also I just realized is we've got to put in the water input here and the sewage outflow. It's got, yeah, the sewage outflow's there. Wow. Okay. So it's implying that we're going to have to dump sewage. Now, I think where did I put the outfall for here? I think I put it over here, didn't I? Yeah. Right, this place. Now we're dumping the water here, so what we can do, apologies for the digression, but we put the sewage discharge for here, and then we put in, so no idea what the wastewater would be for a twin nuclear power station. It consumes 13 cubic meters of water, and its required water quality is 60%. That's going to be a little bit marginal from the point of view of if I decide to take the water in from outside. So we're going to have to put some kind of, although truthfully 13 cubic meters of water isn't that much. So if we put in underground, we'll put probably don't need a big pipe. We could probably do it with a small pipe with, thank you game. And this is 35. Infrastructure in the way. I have to come the other way. So just come up here. You're gonna have to come there. It's the bridge that was in the way. So we can put a dedicated water pipe thing here with respect to that there. We'll just accept that because that's okay. So we've now got the sewage outfall from there. What's the height of the in the center here? This is, oh wow, this is going to be, very low, isn't it? This is 7.8. This is 2.87. This is 2.8. 2.8. So this is going to be fun because that is barely above the level of the water here. So we may have to put a lift pump in. Let me just try something. I mean, actually, do I really need this? I could put a disposal in, and we could do this possibly with trucks rather than putting a massive infrastructure in, because what's the height going to be over here? Yeah, 4.42. My instinct is to actually use trucks, because we got trucks over here. We got lots of them doing nothing at the moment. So yeah, I think we're just going to take the outfall for the nuclear plant, and I think what we'll do is we'll put in. We put a sewage loading unloading station just here, like that, and then go medium. We'll just put a medium pipe in like that. What we can do then is put a couple of technical offices in here, and then they can go round and service this area with respect to dumping the sewage into the water there. Now, the water uptake, you only need 13 cubic meters of water. So what we need is a little bit of small water well. That's 9%. We have a bus drop-off platform here. Now, the problem is when these start up, they may actually produce a lot of pollution. We could get some glow-in-the-dark water here. How much pollution does the... Actually, this doesn't need to be near the workforce, does it? So we could kind of shove this right out, as long as it's near a power terminal. We could give it its own power connection out here. Right, I think I'm going to leave this bit here, because we could put this, actually we will put it down, put a water source there, and then next to it, I think 13 cubic meters. We don't really need that big a pump, do we? So we could put us a pump there, and it's all flat, and then we could come there. You can hook to there. You can hook to there. All we would need to do is put in a power connection. Right, let me just see if we can put a more power connection in. Right, we got power takeoff there. We could just put in a small substation here, like that, and then keep it neat and tidy. That's such a thing. We'll run a power cable through to there, like that, because I'm liable to forget about it. We're just kind of allocate this in. We'll just put a mud footpath in. The pump's the wrong way round, but that's okay. So that should provide the water to the power station, and it should be relatively safe from pollution. And even if this does create a little bit of pollution, that should still meet the 60% requirement for the power station itself. So, okay, so I'm a little bit happy with the respect to the water flow there. And that gets us back to here. I suppose I'm still a little bit worried about the idea of whether pollution affects field productivity, but I doubt very much if it does. So my instinct is to go big and dump the water out. Say, we want fresh water from there, so we dump the sewage out for here. The sewage discharge, that went green. That's okay. That's nice. So that height is 4.8, so that's below everything there. So we can run pipes to there. And now I've got absolutely no idea how much the water demand will be here. But so what we'll do is we can put small water wells in. Actually, I think what we'll do is we can put the water out here, but I'm not going to plan it. Right, we've now got the station here, and technically I want this to be a little bit of a dead zone. I'm not sure I want that road connection now. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to put a road connection across like that. Got this road here. I'm going to deliberately run this out wide like this. And run you to there. You into there. And then we're going to break this connection. Actually, now I can use road signs, can't I? I've got to think the new update. And then I can use road signs there. So any through traffic can have to come round the long way. Now, the next thing I need to consider is we need supplies in here. So we need the infrastructure to support the delivery of goods, because we're going to need to get food, clothes, alcohol, and everything else that we need out here. So actually, we've got lots of space here, haven't we? So I'm thinking that's a bit close to that junction. That's a bit. We put you. Don't have a lot of space. Got quite a lot of space here, though, haven't we? So if I put you on this side, that. So I'll just drop you in about a little while. See, that dropped really quickly. Then I think rather than go for, because this is just going to be a terminal. If we put in not happy with that. I'm bringing you off here. Now, in theory, we shouldn't need major trains here. Oops. Game, I can hate you sometimes. Sometimes what you've got to do is come out like that. And then kind of redo it like that. And then we'll come off this side like that. So we've got the ability to have rail connections here. Put crossovers here and here, like that. Set that. Now, truthfully, virtually everything that will come into here will be related to chemicals, food, clothes, electronics. So all we really need here is a couple of warehouses. I think I can just use the normal warehouses if I can find them. I think we'll put 2 in, just to be leave a little bit of space there. And just put another one slightly angled like that. And then what we need to do is we've got a road connection there, because we're probably going to have the shopping centres in the centre there. So actually I could come in across here. So we're going to need a electricity problem. Where's the electricity problem? Ooh, we got here. What's up with this? Oh, there's no wind probably. Yeah, the wind must have dropped down. Where have I gone? Got that there. What I need is a bridge, road bridge over here. We're certainly going to need a helicopter fire station out here. So in fact, we'd probably put it in here somewhere so that it would cover this whole area. I think we come here, get a concrete bridge. Lift up. Haven't really ever done a kind of curvy type bridge. Actually, no, I don't want that. Oops, drop down. That drop down a bit like that. Quite like that. It's got a little bit of a bump in the centre, but that'd be okay. Then you can come in here. We can get some distribution offices over here as well. You can come up to there. You can hook to there. And oh no, bump. Save yourself, game. Oh ha! That was gonna. So we've now got our distribution delivery system into here. With respect to getting that going. Again, I think we're way too far. When we got the road crew over here, how well are you detecting road crew? Are you? We need that. Need this guy to start building out that way. Yeah, these guys are just working on that sewage treatment plant thingy here. Actually, I suddenly realised. Oh yeah, I did do the connection. Sorry. And it's also working on this area here, which is good. We can build in this area here. I think what I will do is get the helicopter crews to give this a little bit of a shove. In fact, I think you guys can start on there, and then that means we can get the crews in here. I think we've got a road here, so I'm going to put another kind of transit road across like that. This is kind of bringing back little memories of city skylines. So we'll just accept that. And if we put the town about here, then what we're looking at is the possibility of actually what we could do if we're being a little bit sneaky. I get a shopping mall here, grocery store, one of my favourites shopping malls, and I put you about here like that. What's the storage capacity on this? I can never remember. So if we put you just on this corner here like that, that will put you right smack bang in the center of town. And then what I can be is we'll do some proper town planning here. If I put in we probably need a 4-point cargo station. You can kind of put you in there, and then we can put in a service road there. And what that means is that the trucks delivering to here won't have to come into the town centre. We'll do a little bit of proper town planning here now, in theory. Now, our main transport system is going to be here, which is going to take out the vehicles over to here. Now, the whole reason for Nuclear Town is going to be driving the nuclear power station. So I think what I need to do now is just going to do a very quick calculation of what we want. So we got 100, that's 300, 600. This is 180. We got two of those. 280s is 360. So say this was that's roughly 1,000 in this area. And then we're going to have roughly the same over here. So we've got a similar setup here. So that's 2,000. We need 150, 300, 450 there. Producing this. This would be the nuclear fuel. I actually got a water. Oh, I anticipated the situation. So we're talking 4,000. How many workers do we need in the what we call it, the dual double power station? That's another 100. So we're talking about a population of about 3,500, 4,000. According to how much I scale this up and how quickly it all comes together. So we're not talking a massive population over here. But what I would, so I'm kind of thinking decentralized education. What we do need is a hospital, so I could probably put the hospital in the center, because that kind of makes sense. We can kind of put the hospital right in the center like that. Oh, betting these idiots have gone wandering off somewhere. No. And that I'll cancel the jobs. You're telling me that that is out of range of here. Okay, I can play that game. We could put the hospital on. Probably put the hospital about there, couldn't we? Still low. Be kidding me, game. Right. We know that we got to build out here, so let me just put another little construction office out here. Put a tiny little construction office here. Get rid of you. I don't want that. This is only a temporary construct. And helicopter crew, build that. That out to there. Right, I think that's all I can do with Nuclear City at the moment. So what we're going to do is kind of, maybe it's about time we did a little bit of a health check now with what's going on. I mean, our happiness is rising. Our health is is okay. So, and our population is rising now. Let me just check that. It's not growing spectacularly, especially as this is the middle of August. But I'm not. You know, I mean, food is good. Clothes is a little bit icky in some places. It's not 100%. So I think somewhere on the map I've got a few problems, but I don't really want to spend the time hunting that down. I'll try and do that off camera. I think just to wind the video up, we're going to kind of go around and try and work out what's going on. Check my rail construction offices. We'll see how we're doing for car parks. Let me just see. Yeah, so these guys are kind of getting it together with respect to that. So many trucks here. I've got lots and lots of. I think I must have a technical office that's being built. I've got the what we call it's here. So what are you working on at the moment? You've got those. I think what we can do is queue up some combines. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. Actually, how well is my farm doing up here? Got a lot of roads here that need to be built. The problem's going to be getting all this road infrastructure in place. This lot's being built quite nicely. I am going to put a fire station in down here, I think. The question is where. Actually, we've got a fire station here, haven't we? No, I don't need a fire station, do I? Okay. I mean, maybe we'll put. Well, we need power for the fire station. So. Right, I'm just going to let the fire crews catch up. And we'll see how things go. Actually, we're on the 1st of September. Okay. Actually, one thing I haven't checked is... I was trying to remember everything that needs to be done. Why has that got no water? Just see... We've got no water connection at the moment, so we need to get... Actually, it looks quite spectacular, doesn't it? Pick these guys up underneath here. Oh, they're building it. It's just taking time. Yeah, concrete. Okay, that's the way it's got to be. we need more workers out here. Actually, is mine? Let's have a look here. How many? This route. At the moment we've got. So we've got one actually returning to the bus station. So this is actually working now. Let's just have a look at the unemployment in this area. Although we got lots and lots of workers here who really want to get out. I'm not exactly sure why those guys were queuing up. What are you doing? So we're having to bring sewage in from electrical components. Let me just check this. 9%. I get a feeling that I really need to put some kind of sewage management here. The problem's going to be is we've got this little junction here that's still being built. We've got this one here. Have a look at the height here. Now this is a little bit problematic because that is 8.9. That's where we could put sewage into there. I think the problem's on this side because this is 7. These are 7. This is 11. This is 10. This is 10. So in some ways we've got a bit of a problem here with respect to that, and there's a problem there. Although I think, what's this? All right, this is technical services. Right, pause. I knew I was building guys here for a reason, and I couldn't quite remember why. So what we can do is come over to here, and we're just going to add that game run. And we need to get these over here by winter. So we'll just get you over to here. Just keep pumping these into here. Grab another one. Should get all 8 in here eventually. I've got a feeling somewhere on the map is another one that doesn't have it. But what I have to do is do the old building check. Okay, so we've now got... Yeah, I think there's evidence that there's another technical office somewhere on the map that needs it as well. Got no power supply, but that'd be okay. And what that should do is keep this area clear during the winter. Right. The other thing that just occurred to me as well is if I come there, just hook you over there. I want to come over to here because again, this is something I've kind of neglected. Okay, we're building locos at the moment. Yeah, once you finish this, you'll start building the trains that we need for the train sets. So that would be good. About buses, do I have some spare buses? What's that we got here? We got some little trucks. I think they're the result of there. We got water. We got the bits and pieces in here. Yeah, we're okay. I think the problem we got now is that I think the problem now is that we got to haul the concrete all the way down from up here. because of problems, because I had to shut down the concrete production over here. In fact, I demolished it. So actually, while we're here, I just want to check my rail construction offices. Busy, 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 busy. Okay, so you've only got that one. Where are you building? Yeah, you're plodding into there. Right, we've actually got you a new job, guys. You can come into there. You can start building this connection. This connection is more important than going out that way now. You can come out and build this, because that means we'll get the supplies into here that we need. Although I'm going to need to start electrifying this line out here. And then if we go over to... where are you? Oh. Where are you building? You nearly finished this bridge here. We actually got a road bridge. Oh wow. Didn't realise that had been finished. Not that we need it, but it's just there for completeness. You're laying the track through here, and you're working on getting this built out here so that we can get this in. It looks like we may have to get some stuff in by road to begin with. So we may need to look at a distribution office there. And of course the other final bit of the track that needs to be built is out here. You need to build that. Still got this bit built. We need these little bits to be built. That bit to be built. Or electrified is actually the correct term. We still need to get all this in. I still need to tidy up this area, although truthfully this bit I might just build manually. In fact, I think I will do it. But I just don't want to mess about. So just build these bits here. It's not like, because this bit is my coal yard over here, which is going to be for my coal train. It's going to run backwards and forwards here. It's a tourist attraction to the border. In fact, I'm just going to build these as well, because technically these will never have electric trains on it. It's just going to be purely a heritage line. So we'll just build these in. Although for some reason that's showing no power, but this one is. We may need to look at that. Take a quick look at this. Bit suspicious of, no, that is actually, yes, we built that in there. We've got that. We're going to need to get some coal out here when the coal pickup point is going to be, where is it? Our coal is here. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want to interfere with these guys, actually, because these are delivering the coal to here. I think if I could get another small coal distribution office in here, because where is it? Where are you guys picking up from? Yeah, you're just picking up directly from this coal yard. So what we could do is, to spread the load, is we can put a small distribution office just in here. I think we're only going to need 4 of these guys, so We kind of sneak you in out there. You guys should have absolutely nothing to do at the moment. So road crew, we can come over and build that. What we'll do is we'll build this, and then this can ship the coal out and fill up that coal yard over here. And then so it means when we finally get all this sorted out and the depot, we can get a little coal train running backwards and forwards on this route. Once we get the bridge built out here, and then we can have our little heritage line running, bringing the tourists into here, because that's all it's going to do. Bring the tourists into here. Ooh, haha. What we got here? This is a cargo station. Here's them. Okay, bit of a fail here, guys. Gonna get that built. I thought I'd built all the necessary buildings out here. Why have I got this built? Well, we'll build it anyway. We may need... For some reason that's not connected. Actually, question, do I really need this out here? Because this is just construction. I suppose I could use it for export. But then, if I'm going to export stuff, I could export it directly. I don't think we actually need this, so we'll cancel this. And just... Actually, I'm absolutely certain I don't need this, so let's get rid of this. I think this was put together when I thought I was going to have a construction office out here, but it kind of... So we don't really need all this. The meat storage we do need. We don't need this. We'll get rid of you. And we'll just get this road up here. You can come back to there. And we do need that meat store though. The amount of meat that's consumed in here, if we go to the economy imports, I mean, go back last month, I mean, the amount of meat we were importing is so small. I just can't see the point of building all the infrastructure out here just to deliver meat. We might as well just carry on importing it into this little town here. We'll just argue that we're importing into the luxury market here. So that will be, yeah, I think that will work. And then it will just save me a lot of trouble building all that rail and infrastructure just to deliver meat. I keep coming back to here. I think if we could get another... Though these trains are queuing up, I don't think this train is particularly that efficient, to be honest, because it's got two connectors here. How many people it picks up? 240. That, I suppose it is picking up 240 people. So I suppose, yeah, it is two train sets joined together. And then that's taking all the workers out to here. There is just part of me that says we need to build another block or something out here to do it, but the problem's going to be is the distance. Because if we say we kind of filled in all this area here, we got a little bit of distance here, but how far out is that? 100, that's 290. It's 155 from there. What's the terrain like here? This is quite high. So we could put another, say, block here. Okay, let's just put a block in here. Let me just see. I don't really want to go massively. That's got about 200 workers in it. Maybe we need something a little bit higher than that. Let me just get back. Oops, no, don't want that. Mind you, this does look a bit like a modern high-rise building, so put that on there. I mean, it's high enough to not build due to infrastructure. What's the infrastructure here that's causing the problem? Yeah, it's not really going to build there, is it? And it should, the people, they should be able to get down here. So if we put a block about there, that will have water connections, and also the, yeah, we'll put another block in there. And just turn that off, and you guys can come out and build that. And what that will do is boost the workforce here, so that the chemical production over here will be working a lot better. And it seems I'm going over time, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we will carry on working on Nuclear City, but also would like to start planning this area here, which is going to be our, you can say, our aluminium aircraft production area. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.